Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Game Addicts podcast, the show.
What?
Where we talk about the modern and retro video games that we play and collect. I am your host, Brando. Joined with me today, as always, is this podcast player too, Mike.
Oh, hey, Rob.
How is it going, my friend?
It is
It's
going.
good to see you.
It's good to see you. It's been a while.
It has been a while, about 3 weeks since we got together to record.
Yes.
So unfortunately, family stuff happened, man. We had some, family emergency, a hospital stay, and all that kind of stuff. Life happens. Like I explained on the last episode that you weren't on.
Right.
That was an executive decision by me because I wanted to put something out.
Right.
You know, episode 48 was almost like a catch up for people who never followed me on Journey to Comics or followed the videos I made for that YouTube channel.
Right.
And so I just put some of the videos up from 2014 when I was still growing my collection at a very fast pace. Some of these months I had a lot of games. So I just thought,
you would take your Taxmas.
That wasn't even Taxmas, dude. That was summer.
Oh,
That was September and then October.
Jeez.
Yeah. Dude, trust me, before I had a kid, and we were working hellacious overtime at the time.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We were.
So guess what? I'd go out and I would drop $100, maybe a couple hundred without even thinking.
I can't do that.
Well, and it would be all, but it would be scattered. A lot of, like, for summer, it was scattered. For September, I went on a game hunt with Nate and Rob. Mm-hmm. That was detailed on the Journey to Comics episode, Adventures in Game Hunting. I believe that was episode 11. Way back when at this point.
Maybe. I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah. Dude, we're on like episode 159 or something like that.
Yeah. But I don't remember the exact episode.
Then in October, of course, trekked up north, did a big game hunt up there. I saved up maybe a paycheck or two with some extra money to go up there, and I think I got to spend like almost $350.
Right.
Going to game stores, doing the NES deal.
I remember that.
Oh, yes. Yes, you do.
Yes.
And in fact, on the next, I believe it is on the next one after. You know what? Honestly, I think that video also detailed another NES deal I made, unless I did that in November. So maybe on the next time we do, because what I said I would do, if we ever had a time where you and me couldn't get together and there's not going to be an episode coming out,
right.
that we did 13 episodes. And when I say we, it was me and you were in the last episode that I did. I actually filmed a whole last episode for that and then never aired it because I ended up losing some footage.
Oh, yeah.
I ended up getting very frustrated and I put all my games up. And I didn't know I want to have to take them all out. I'm like, all right, I'm just not going to fuck it. Because I actually said that, hey, this is my last one, guys. From now on, check me out. Check me out on this channel, on Game Addicts, on all this stuff. This is episode 49 of the Game Addicts podcast. We have a couple weeks worth of crap to cover.
Yes.
We were going to talk about the Nintendo Direct stuff. Yes. We were going to talk about the Sony TGS thing, which wasn't much, but we have a few things. We have some pickups. Thankfully, in that time, I have one pickup. You have 3.
Yes.
Which was only supposed to be, I think 2, and then of course
this one I was talked into, and I wanted it, but
who talked you into it?
Rob.
Of course he did.
And Aaron.
Yeah. Well, Aaron's always looking for people to play with.
Yeah, but the funny thing is he can't play with me because he's on nights.
Well, they've got a big ring up there that play.
Yeah, they do.
I know Nick and Jay play.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if they all play together, though, anymore.
I don't know.
They might.
I know, Alan got it, too.
Yeah.
Which is funny because, like I remember he went out, he bought a PS4, he spent all this money, he got Destiny, he got, all the DLC, and I'm thinking he maybe played it, like for one night.
Yeah.
That's the kind of guy he is.
All right.
Well, we got a lot to talk about, and we're going to kick it off this week with our pickups. And I'm going to go first, since you've got some more stuff to talk about.
Yes.
Now, what I have here is Final Fantasy 9. Of course, this is the PS1 version. I've already owned this one, but at Sony TGS, they announced that the PC, Steam, iOS, Android version of Final Fantasy 9 was getting released onto the PS4. Just like with FF7 that they did at PSX last year. They said FF7 coming to the PS4 right now. They did the exact same thing for FF9, which, if I'm being honest with you, I was not upset about at all.
Right.
FF9 is, and we've stated it here before, a better game than FF7.
Yes. Oh yes.
Now nostalgia and personal preference makes me. I know that cat is freaking cute, and I am trying so hard not to get distracted by him.
He's rolling on the
Because he's on the frisbee and
he's the dogs.
And he wants a belly rub.
Yeah.
That's what he wants right now. He wants me to go over there and rub his belly, but I'm not going to do it. I got to stay on focus.
All right.
Because FF7 is my favorite game of all time. Mm-hmm. And that's honestly because I played it first. Had I played 9 first, it would be 9.
Right.
And I would probably look at 7 going, man, it's good, but not 9 good.
Right.
In reality, I'm a realist. F7 is good, but it's not 9 good.
No.
But 7's here.
It feels, man.
It does, but 9 does too. Because 9, I remember you telling this story that seeing Eris's death made you cry.
Yes, first time.
It didn't make me cry. I was pissed, but it didn't make me cry.
They did it at the timing that they did it at was at the perfect time because you're feeling the bonds and like everybody's really getting attached and like everybody loves this character and then she just dies.
Well, and then like there's nothing that you can do to save her.
No,
that's the thing is that you're helpless. With this game, a few years ago, a YouTuber I watched played through the entirety of the FF series.
Right.
And I watched him play through 9, just to watch him play through it. And I got choked up at the end. The whole thing because this game does a love story right.
Yes.
FF8 shoehorned a love story in. What I mean by that is that they made it a love story about 2 characters, but it really just sprung out of nowhere. And it sort of becomes something. By the end of the game, sure, it's something. But I don't think it's very well written.
No.
This game is awesomely written. And as far as and just everything, but the love story between Zidane and Garnet is awesome because it starts off as like there's an attraction, but then there's distance.
From one.
Well, actually, no. He's attracted to her. Yes, I mean, first thing he says is, "Oh my God, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen."
Yep.
And then for her, she's like, "Okay." Then the more they travel, she goes, she's just like, she can't stop thinking about him.
Right.
But she's like, I'm silly. What the hell is this? The seeds are sown pretty early. And by the time like you get to that end of the game where he runs off by himself to save his brother Kuja.
Right.
The villain of the game. Arguably one of the most powerful villains in Final Fantasy history.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next to X-Death. Kuja's probably up there. Now, he goes to save Kuja. Because he can't leave him. And you think that he dies. And then at the very end, he shows up to come back to her. And then the way she runs and she throws down her crown, nothing else matters but him.
Yep.
And it's like, watching that whole thing was like, it brought me back.
Yep.
Because it wasn't really fair when I beat it the first time. Because I was talking to a friend.
Yeah.
On the phone when I beat it the first time. And I beat it multiple times since then. But it was in that moment of me not even playing the game. I watched him play it. I just enjoyed him talking about it with people in the chat that were watching him on Twitch. And then him talking about the story and kind of gushing over it. And then maybe it was the fact that he kind of got choked up too. But I got choked up. I'm like, God damn, this game's so fucking good.
It's a good game.
And so what did I do? I immediately went and started replaying it.
Yeah.
Because I love this game. So I did buy the PS4 version. On the first week, it was 20% off for $16.74. You could pick up Final Fantasy 9. What I will say is that the character models in that PS4 version look freaking amazing. Holy shit, they look awesome. Like all the details in the face, like they went through and it looks high def.
It's awesome.
And it looks cartoon high def. Everything else doesn't. The locations, the really cool pre-rendered backgrounds look, as I described on Journey to Comics this week, noticeably bad because they didn't upgrade them. It's still the same, and then they ported them over, and it's been up-resed. So they look a little blurry. I've gotten used to it as I played more of it.
Right. But
when I first started playing, it was jarring by how good and crisp the character models look and how bad everything else looks.
Yeah.
The gameplay is just the same. You can cheat your way through it if you want, but you won't get any trophies. There are trophies in this game.
I don't care about Trophy. I'm not going to cheat.
No.
I'm not a cheater.
I do cheat when I just want to play the story, but you don't need to cheat in this game. It's easy. It's a little grindy in spots depending on how much you need to do, as far as like leveling up your equipment.
Right.
Sometimes it's not bad, especially when you can find equipment that if you're working on one certain ability and you can like double it up or triple it up, it's not bad. But I'm just so excited when like the moment I found out it was available.
The moment you found out I'm playing with my cartridge.
I know, I see that. The moment I found out it was available, I didn't know it was until I clicked in the store and I saw it and went, wait. I didn't know it's out now. I just thought it was coming. I clicked on it, $16.74. I looked at my wife, I said, spending $17. She goes, okay, on what? Final Fantasy 9, is that okay? She goes, I guess so. And I looked at her right in the eye and just went, click. I didn't even, I'm like, I had no regrets about buying this game because whether you get this game on the PS1 Classics, whether you buy it on the PS1, play it on the PS3, PS2, PS1, on the PSP, PS Vita, or now on the PS4 or on PC or on your phone, which I wouldn't do myself, but if you can hook up a Bluetooth controller and keep your phone up there and play it like that,
yeah, that's
100%. This is my recommendation for the freaking podcast. Play Final Fantasy 9 because I am just getting to the Ice Cavern, which is still really early in the game.
Yes, it is.
And I'm reminded why this game is it's every time I play this game, it almost knocks FF7 down a notch. It literally does because this game has that game beat in every single facet other than I played FF7 first and it's tugging at my heartstrings and I don't want to let it go.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I played 8. I love 8. Okay. Maybe not everybody does. I really like it. 10. Amazing game. Amazing story. Deeper than what it needs to go. Super frustrating sphere grid. 4.
Which isn't that super frustrating if you actually take the time to map it out.
Yeah, but fuck that. I don't want to do that.
It takes time.
FF4. I love 4. 6. Awesome. And then the others are strung out, whichever order. Fucking 9 has, in my opinion, in my heart, I fucking love this game. And I can't gush about it enough. It is the most proper, localized, and translated FF to ever come out in the West. And it's not voice acted. Because the voice acting they've done in FFs is pretty good. It can also be very bad. So with here, you get every single character has nuances in how they talk. And there's actually one thing that really, like, instantly, one of the first lines in the game that I went, wait a minute, did they retranslate this? Because what does Vivi do the first moment you see him? Do you remember?
He falls down.
What does he drop?
He drops the ticket to the show.
Yes. What does the little girl say? I know I'm going deep here. A little girl comes up and she goes, here, you dropped your ticket.
You dropped your ticket, that's right.
They fixed that to say dropped. And I went,
that should have stayed.
Now,
dropped.
I was worried that other characters that they were going to fix it. Like, no. So far, all the other characters' speech patterns and nuances are the same. But that one got to me because, well, it's
Mr. Detailed over here.
I know. Well, because what FF9 is able to do without voice acting is create a living, breathing world. And as small and insignificant as that may seem, a little girl saying, you dropped your ticket, adds a level of character to that girl that you can only get through voice acting.
Right.
And they do it through dialogue, through text box. And you understand that this little girl is really young and isn't speaking correctly. Maybe even has a slight impediment in her speech because she's so young. But that makes her that much more alive and a real character. And I was worried. Instantly, I almost turned it off. I'm like, but I kept going. I went through and I jump roped a little bit. I haven't done the card. Here's something with the card thing. Okay, when you go and then you talk to characters,
yeah,
a little box will come up over them telling you that they play cards.
Huh.
So it's not random anymore. Or it's
That's
not like you going up to anybody and like, do you play cards? Do you play cards? Do you play cards? Do you play
I want
cards?
to play this because I know you haven't heard it yet.
What's that?
Vivi's voice from
World.
And it caught me off guard because I'd never heard it before.
I haven't either.
Let's see if I can find it.
Let's see if it matches the voice in my head.
It won't.
Okay.
Yep, this is it. No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
You are unprepared.
Well, you were just talking about it, so I just went off on it. Let me see if I can do this.
We can look it up later. It's fine.
Well, keep going. I'm gonna find it.
I have nothing else to say. This game is freaking amazing. And, like, honestly, as long as every other aspect, like, I'm critical of one text box so far, and the look of the game. That kind of irritates me too, or like not the look of it, the look of the pre-rendered backgrounds that like bugs me, because when you play it on the PS1, it matches everything and everything goes together so smoothly. Now the character art looks so good, the menus look so good.
Here we go. All right, I'm gonna speed it up here because there's a fight scene that he talks for the first time, and I was just like,
This podcast not brought to you by Coors.
No. I'm totally covering it up.
You know what? My free subscription to YouTube Red is now up, and I miss it terribly.
Do you?
Just because of ads.
Let's see. We're going to skip to the fight. Because it goes to the fight because you're fighting him all at once.
Okay.
Let's just help that. It doesn't show it. Yeah. There we go.
Just to so you guys know, if you guys are watching on YouTube, I broke the lights, apparently. They were busted.
Are all of them able to talk just like you do? Friends? Where? Whoa! It's a bunch of me's! Hey!
Kid Trunks?
The mules are dangerous?
Mm-hmm.
They are? Hey! You guys know better than to act mean!
I always envisioned him having a kid voice.
Right. But it's Trunks.
I knew they'd be reasonable. They even said they'll help us. Whoa. Color me impressed. Yes, bravo.
Well, not bad.
Okay, so what can me and my friends do for you?
It's a little bit too young.
It's too young. Because
Maybe just a little bit.
Because he's... And maybe this is just because of playing the game so much and knowing, like, through the time, he's not that eccentric. Like, he's not, like, that crazy with his stuff. Because this is very inflated. He's usually kind of mellow and, like, oh, okay, type deal.
Yeah.
He's not like, wow!
Right, yeah.
Yeah, he's more just kind of laid back, and he's down on
He's
stuff.
subdued.
He doesn't know what's going on. Like, everything is new to him. So
This podcast now also brought to you by Rockstar Punched.
yeah, okay, but
No,
yeah,
no,
I just wanted
no,
you to hear
no,
that.
no.
Okay, so you're good.
I am absolutely good. Play this game, no matter how you do it.
Yes.
Fantastic game. Now you have 3 pickups.
Yes, and my first one is going to be my recommendation. It is the remake of Metroid 2: Return of Samus.
This is something you've been looking forward to for a while.
Yes, and at the end of the game, teaser alert, Metroid Fusion, redone.
Ah.
A little bit of it. Just a tease. Just a little. Hey.
That's
Hey.
cool.
So far, this has been
Maybe
said
on the
to-
Switch?
I think it'll go to 3DS.
You think so?
I think it'll go to 3DS. I think it will be available on the Switch eventually, but I think it'll first come to the 3DS.
Because I honestly think in the next year or so, they need to get rid of the 3DS and just focus on the Switch.
I don't want to, but anyways.
Yeah, stupid Nintendo.
So, on this game, one of the reasons why I immediately put it on pre-order, it's not closing properly, there we go, was because it was the first Metroid game I'd ever played.
That's what
And
you've said.
It spawned my love for the game. And then it spawned the obsession. I can't tell you how many times I beat this. Even starting from the beginning, brand new, just starting over, it took me like 2 minutes to reorientate myself with the whole game. 2 minutes. I was like, oh, I don't remember this. Oh, here's the first Metroid. Oh, I remember everything. And then I just blazed through the whole game on the original. And I was like, yep, still got it. On this one, this is a fantastic game. This is a must-have for the 3DS family. If you have a 3DS and you like side shooters, side-scroller shooters, shoot-em-ups, this is it, right?
If you like Metroid, you should own this, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Or Castlevania. Or
Metroidvania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is fantastic in every way. It adds some really cool stuff. So you can overcharge your gun to do rapid fire. And it just blazes through everything. And especially it had the wave beam and plasma beam. It's just... everything's dead. Because at some parts of it, you have rock or steel enemies that you cannot break even with the plasma beam. So you have to use rapid fire because you can heat them up. So you basically overcharge you basically heat them up to the point where they explode. It's pretty interesting. There's a lot of cool things about this. I forgot about the spider ball. I'm going to say that out loud. I got it and I was like, spider ball? Wait, what? Oh yeah, that's what you get before you get to... Because there's certain spots you can get to with the spider ball. Mm-hmm. Well, later on, you can like blow ceilings up and then you can crawl through them. Before, you can't do that. You can in the original, and the newer ones that we played, the spider ball's not really there. They just don't have it. They introduced the boost ball in Prime. That kind of took over. Yeah. But this game is I don't even know how else to describe it. It is everything I wanted and more. I'm very happy with this pickup.
Well, I mean, that's awesome that it has lived up to your original play
because
of the original one.
This game, I owned 2 games for a long time. Metroid 2, Killer Instinct for the original Game Boy. When I played this in color, didn't like it. Not gonna lie. I wanted it back in black and white because that's what I played on my brick. So doing the color, I was like, it's not bad, but I don't really care. I'd rather be black and white. You just get that memory, all that photographic memory of playing it so much. But fantastic game. Nintendo did it right here. Very happy with it. If you don't have it, go get it.
That's awesome.
I haven't played the 3D mode on it because I don't like 3D.
I don't blame you.
But so the next one.
I usually only ever turn it on, just see what it looks like, and then I turn it back off.
Right. So Destiny 2. I liked the first one. But I did not like the fact that it was hard to get into raids. Like I liked the game. I loved the game. But it was so hard to get anything done whenever you have to go on the forums, get people that you don't know if they have the experience or not. Then you get them in there, and then most of them suck because they just barely made the gear score to get in. Because you have to have a gear score to get in. But this one's good. This has done everything right. Everything right that they should have done with the first one. I've been playing the crap out of it. I haven't been playing Fallout because, well, I wasn't supposed to open it.
A little bit of a ripped tape here. Maybe a ripped tape over here.
No.
Is this a little creased right here?
No, it's not creased. Not creased at all. But I didn't remove the plastic. We're going to open it here live.
Okay.
But Destiny 2 is... It's really well rounded. Like everything fits. There's some stuff that I like better, but I dislike because basically what you do is like, say you get an exotic weapon, because there's exotic weapons you can get at an early level. And gear. You can infuse those gear with other stuff. So you can take like a chest piece and an exotic chest piece. You can basically infuse it into that. What used to is you had to break it down and it leveled up. Now, I just take whatever it is. So basically at level 11, I can go and take my old character and get a chest piece and then eat that chest piece and have like a 500 year score. I haven't tested it yet. I'm sure that they fixed that. Yeah, pretty much. So I don't know if that's
need
true
this
or not.
chest piece here.
Yeah. But it just increases it doesn't increase the level. It didn't increase the level on my Sunshot. So, those two, like I said, they're great games. Metroid is just fantastic. I actually almost got everything my first playthrough. Just because you just know. Sometimes you just know. And they have a scan. It's not like before where you had to find a map room. You scan like a 5 or 8 block radius, and it tells you if there's stuff in that. And then you have to figure out where it's at.
Oh, cool.
So that's neat.
I heard people are liking Destiny a lot.
Yes, Destiny. So far, these games, Metroid, and this is arguable, has been rated as the best 3DS game of all time.
That's a hard bargain.
It's a hard thing. A lot of people are saying that it's one of the best. It is the best 3D game that's came out.
Because you're looking at an entire library of that.
Yeah,
and
I disagree.
And you're going up against Ocarina of Time, which is I understand a remake port.
Right.
You're going up against the remake of Dragon Quest VII.
Right.
You're going up against the port of Dragon Quest VIII. To be fair, even Snake Eater is on the 3DS, and Snake Eater is in my top 5 of all time games, not just action games. Snake Eater tugs at the heart, almost as.
But
I like games that tug at the heart. I realize that.
I think
make me feel.
I can't say that it is because I love Bravely Default.
Yeah, and there you are with it.
But it's all about the genre. So
it is.
When you look at it, you could say, as a side-scroller shooter, this is the best side-scroller shooter that's ever been put out. I agree.
Now, when you talk about the 3DS, there's no way that you're not going to mention that game. Just like there's probably no way that you're not going to be able to mention any of the other games that I just mentioned. Because they're highlights.
Yeah.
They're highlights for that system. And it's like, it all depends on what kind of player you are, what you like, and if you're a collector, you should get all of them.
Yes.
In my opinion. They're all fantastic.
So for this next pickup, we're going to open it right here. And my mic's going to be at a very odd angle. So.
That's fine. I can narrate.
You want to narrate?
I can narrate.
All right.
Well, if you're watching on YouTube and our very poor lighting today, that's my fault, guys. I'm sorry.
So I have here the $100 Pip-Boy edition.
It's pretty cool that they did another Pip-Boy edition
year.
Because they did it when the game came out.
Yep.
And a lot of people missed out on it. So I like the fact that they did another one.
That's basically the only reason why I picked it up.
Well, this version. You were going to buy
it anyways.
Because of all the DLC.
Yes. You want to mention all the DLC?
I will, in fact, mention the DLC. Of course, you get the Automatron DLC. You get the Wasteland Workshop. You get Far Harbor, which is the edition, like the whole map edition, all that kind of stuff.
It's good.
You get the Contraptions Workshop. You get the Vault-Tec Workshop. All that stuff allows you more stuff to make your settlements and neat little things to go for.
Majority of this, I think the Wasteland and Far Harbor are new areas.
Nuka World is a new area.
Nuka World. It's Nuka World and Far Harbor. But the rest of this is it adds more to the game, but it allows you to, you can make ammunition with the automate.
Automatron allows you to make Sentry robots for
Sentry robots, yeah.
But Nuka World is like a whole new story thing. Far Harbor is a whole new area.
In Nuka World, you can actually put monsters up against each other.
I think it's yeah.
So
I can't remember.
For this, before we even get into it, I'm pulling this back close. I really dig this because when you open it up and you read it, you're gonna love it. It's throwback. They didn't just say, "Here's a manual." This is what they would write in that time.
Cool.
It is cool. When I read through it, my wife's looking at me, and I'm just like, "Oh my god, this is so neat." She's like, "Yeah, I don't really give
the overseer." Yeah, no,
I don't care.
But she would be going nuts if this was a Skyrim thing, and it was.
So you can play the radio stations on here.
That's cool.
That's what I think's cool. There's so much that I think's cool.
Why is the Pip-Boy so important? The answer is simple. Your very life may depend on it. The machine that you now probably own is a fully integrated general purpose computerized system designed, I can't speak, especially for survival data processing applications. Simply know that if your overseer signals the all-clear siren, your Pip-Boy will increase your chances of survival. No matter what terrifying horror awaits in the blasted wasteland above ground.
All right, ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
We're gonna open it. So this thing, let me take that out. Just take it down. More boxes flying around. It doesn't matter. It's not going back. All right. So this here, as I hold, so I don't. I'm trying to just rip the tape.
Hold on. That tape is up here. It's up here.
It's all the way around.
What?
I think it's all the way around. I'm pretty sure it is. Give it back. Give it back! Now! Give it back! It's mine to open!
I got it.
Get away from it!
Well, I got that piece.
Mine to open.
I wasn't opening it.
Have it.
I was just trying to help with the tape.
Yeah, but you just took it over.
Yeah, because you weren't getting it done.
I was.
No.
I was!
No.
Uh-huh.
No. You use your teeth.
I always do. Woo! Coming apart.
Ah.
Stand. Alright.
Fit-Boy Model 3000 Mach 4.
So they have all these inserts for it.
Not for civilian use.
So that you can put multiple phones in here.
Oh, yeah. iPhone 5, 5S, both use foam rings. 6 use outer ring only.
I want the 6 one. Because it's the regular iPhone 7, not the Plus.
Same size as the
Same
6.
size as the 6.
Then Galaxy S4, 5 thingy. And then Galaxy S4 use outer foam ring only. Other smartphones cut foam to fit. Interesting. Galaxy S3, iPhone 4, 4S use both rings. And then this one use outer ring only.
Yeah, let me see.
Okay, you do it.
You gotta do everything. It's mine.
Well, you get to do it all the other times.
Oh no, I don't. I always open them here. You just want to play with it. You know you do.
Does it move? Does it do anything?
Yeah. Oh well, it does stuff. Moves on it. Okay. All right.
We are such nerds.
We are.
Playing with this damn toy. I love it.
So I have cracks on my screen protector, which I'm probably going to intensify and take a picture of my phone cracked, so it looks like something that you would find, like, you know, your person picks it up, wipes it off, and the screen's not cracked. Bullshit. You know that son of a bitch has been cracked.
Maybe.
It has to.
If it's in the vault, then no. But
Yeah, but his vault was rated. So this is actually metal.
metal.
It's so cool.
Hopefully
Hopefully this just pops off. I think it does.
Turn
I
it
don't know.
Here you go.
Yeah, you got the instruction manual.
Yeah, because it's right here.
Just
Inserting your iPhone 6.
It doesn't say how to open it. I don't want to break it. I want to be so delicate. I don't have very much space. Here you go. Because this comes out. There it is. Got it.
Got it?
Yeah. It's very stiff. Okay, so you come out. That's gonna go back in. This comes out. This comes out. Which way do I put the phone?
That way.
This
Yeah.
okay.
It's a picture right here.
Okay, they don't have the app though.
You.
We're not downloading that live.
You are not prepared.
I'm not. I'm never prepared.
You are not prepared.
Nope. Alright, come on. Stay in the phone. Fine.
Never prepared.
But I will be now, because you know why?
Why?
For that fit boy. You know what? I don't think it fits.
Uh-oh.
I don't think it fits. It doesn't fit.
Take the foam out.
It's too loose.
Well, maybe you just gotta cut it to fit.
I'll have to cut it to fit. Let's see, look.
Mmm.
So it'll work. I thought that the phones were still. They said the screen size was the same, so I assumed that it would be the same. That is wrong.
I guess not.
I'm dead wrong.
That's not the first time you've been wrong on this podcast.
No, it's not. Well, that sucks.
How does it charge? You said it charges the damn thing. How does it charge?
It has a battery thing in it. You can plug it in. There's a way to plug it in.
Where's the plug in at? I don't see no plug in thing.
I don't know.
I see the light though. It lights up.
Because I hit the power button. It saddens me that it doesn't work. I bet it would. Damn it. That is very, very tight.
That's what she said.
It is. I wonder if that's the top piece.
I don't remember.
Don't care. It's gonna work. Gonna make it work.
Easy there, killer.
It's in there. No display, but it's in there. So, yes. That was cool.
Man, what is that noise in there? That little crinkly. What is that?
Velcro.
Ah,
You have to Velcro it to your. You have to Velcro it to your arm. So then,
there's no Velcro in the game.
how do you know?
Cause I saw him put it on. From the first person.
From the first.
And he did not take this long to put it on.
No, he did not. It's a good thing we're not in a war situation here, or we'd be screwed.
Get him! Hold on, guys. We gotta wait for him to get his Pip-Boy on.
Right? In a device that none of us have access to. Okay. There. It's pretty neat. I don't know if everything comes apart.
I don't think that does, no.
I just want to pull it out.
I don't either.
But yeah, so it's on there. Do the tunes.
I like how it goes like, squeaky, squeaky, squeaky.
Yeah. Has the display. It's pretty neat. You gotta pull this out. A little light on it. I don't remember what that's for.
I don't know either.
But yeah, it's pretty cool as a display item. Now, this will probably never, unless I like have a wild hair up my ass, and maybe it will work on the iPhone 7. I just have to modify.
Well, I mean, it's in there, so if it's...
It could possibly fit, for sure. With this thinner thing of foam, I will take a
Mine
knife.
won't fit.
No, yours definitely won't. But I'm going to take a knife. Oops, I got to take the phone out.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, so yes. So this man here turned me on to this game.
Thank you.
And I knew I wanted it. I was unsure about it.
I showed you and Joanna gameplay when you guys came over for New Year's.
And Joanna didn't care.
She was interested for a minute.
And until she found out it was guns, and she didn't care. She doesn't like guns. There's a little slip that shows the Fallout board.
The thing is that this game also has melee combat.
It does, but melee combat is extremely difficult to be really good at.
That's not a lie.
What are you doing? You give me that piece of tape. I tell you what.
Basically, you have to be stealthy.
I just ran around smacking shit with my Lucille replica.
Yes.
I made a baseball bat,
And
barbed
then
wire.
just because I'm going to open the...
Oh, the game, yeah.
yeah, that's
Funny, I almost reached for it to open it. I'm like, wait, that's yours. It's not mine. Those are all your foams.
I know, but I'm looking to see if maybe I can...
Use one of those.
That one might work. Okay, we're trying it. Here, you can mess with it. See if you can put it in there while I'm opening my game. So, get back here to the mic. So those of you that have not played Fallout, shame on you.
Shame.
Shame to you.
Shame.
If you're a gamer.
What's that? Game of Thrones? Shame.
Shame. With the bell.
You actually have to open up that with
You have to take that out.
How does that work?
Easy. like this,
Oh, okay.
and then push down, and then right here, it'll lift up,
Yeah.
and then you just pull it right out.
Okay.
So we're gonna open this and see if there's any goodies because I know that there is a goodie in here.
Ah.
It should be a map, which I have that map already. There it is. The map. It's a map. It's a map. It's a map. Doesn't fit, does it?
Not really.
See what I'm saying? It's hard.
I'm just kind of messing with it.
It's hard to juggle around.
Fitting better than the other one did, I think.
Bet it did. So it comes with the Vault Tech special, as they call it. The special, which is all your talent points, and it shows each one of them. Doesn't say what they do, but if you played Fallout, you can just kind of glance at it and go, yep, I know what that is. But, yeah, this is a great game. It is very good. And once I get sick and tired of playing other games, which, you know, those Destiny games, you know, you get sick and tired of playing them all the time. It happens. But, is it going?
I got only that top part and it won't go in all the way. This part right here. Like down here, it's nice and flush. And then until you get up here.
Well, that can still be cut out with a hobby knife.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And I've got one of those readily accessible.
You can definitely.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
We'll-
But that's
we'll
all
go
I've
around.
got for today.
so is
folks.
this all on disc or is it all...
I didn't see a download code.
Use this code to download the Fallout 4 add-ons. Shame. That's such a disappointment, guys. I'm sorry. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. I'm a big proponent of on-disc DLC in lieu of download codes coming with the game.
Yes.
Oh, I get it. They're different sizes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's really cool. I do want to get the Game of the Year edition at some point. However, if I can ever get just a good deal on all the DLC, like the Season Pass.
Right,
I'm
since
not-
now you know that it's not
On disc,
on disc.
I might just do that.
It disappoints me because I was really excited that it would be because we had a podcast that we talked about.
Yeah, the whole episode was about on-disc DLC, which is interesting because you know what? I just watched a YouTube video all about digital games that got physical releases.
Yes.
And of course, this one was from the YouTube channel My Life in Gaming, and it talked about primarily import games that are import friendly, meaning that you can play them on your systems here in America.
Right.
So they talked about the infamous First Light, which got released in the UK on disc, which is infamous First Light is the DLC expansion. It was like maybe an 8 to 10 hour game, and you played as the female from Second Son with the neon girl.
Oh yeah.
And you played as her, and it was a big open. It's the open world of Second Son, but it's a little bit shorter, so it doesn't really overstay its welcome. It's not as repetitive because it's a little bit shorter.
Right.
Good game. I got it with PS Plus a long time ago. But I thought maybe one day I'd pick it up. But these next few are ones that are very important to me. On the Switch. Okay, so I Am Setsuna came out in 2000. Was it 2016? That the game came out? It was released by Square. It was the first game released by the Tokyo RPG Factory, which they are, of course, the division of Square that are basically in charge of making nothing but old school JRPGs. That's it. That's all they do now. That cat. I didn't know what's going on. I heard like little trickles and taps. I'm like, what is that? It's just a cat. Anyway, I Am Setsuna came out on a physical copy for the Switch in Japan. And when you put that copy into the Switch in America, it is region free. If it's set to English, it'll automatically switch the game language to English. Ah, there you go.
I'm going to pull it up and see if it's the whole phone, so it wouldn't work.
Ooh. Oh.
But anyways, continue.
Well, you can move the display.
So you can insert your smartphone into the pit void, then close the corner.
So you can set it up.
So it does work.
Yeah. So you can customize it. Because all the different phones have different sizes, different screens. That's cool. Smart on you. Smart.
So it will work, and I will make it work.
Hell yeah.
It will work.
Anyway, yeah, so I Am Setsuna, if you buy the Japanese copy, you can play it completely in English and have a physical copy of the game.
Really?
Yes, and I was so ecstatic about that because I'm like, well, I know what I'm getting when I get my Switch. Which, by the way, I just laid away.
Laid away, yeah.
I guess would be the right term, yeah. Walmart has layaway back for the holiday season. I've never done it myself as an adult. I've done it with my mom and dad. I think that's how we got the original PlayStation. We laid it away, and we got it in late October 1998.
Right.
I remember the exact time. So what's cool about it is I have to have my layaway. I don't have to make payments on it. I can. But if I don't make payments on it, it just has to be out of layaway by December 11th.
Right.
Which that weekend before is when we get our Christmas bonus.
Yes.
And I did get
Did I get none of?
I sympathize.
Yeah, well,
I greatly sympathize with you. But I got my all gray one. They did have 2 Splatoon ones for $379, which you get the neon green and pink Joy-Cons, Splatoon download, and then a Splatoon carry case. The one I want is the one that they just announced with the Nintendo Direct, which we're going to talk about here in a second.
Yes.
It's the Mario Odyssey one.
Yes.
It comes with 2 red Joy-Cons, Mario Odyssey download.
Are you sure it comes with 2 red ones? I thought there was an optional green. I thought there was a green one.
It's dual reds. It's not.
Oh, okay.
It's not the neon red, or it's a different shade of red from the red and blue one that came out earlier. Okay. It's a more deeper red, and then it comes with a Super Mario Odyssey carry case. Same price, $379. So here's my goal. I want that one.
I'm big on the. I don't like the download.
I don't either, but check me out here. That game, the download, and it's only going to be like 5 gigabytes. Here's where I'm at with the download. I'll buy it later.
Yeah.
For only a little bit more, I get the carry case.
Yep, you're right. It's 2 red Joy-Cons.
Okay? I get the carry case. The next thing is, I can then go and I can get a few other games that I want to play on it. Dude, they're so nice looking.
They are.
I really like the red on that. And then I like the carry case too.
Yeah. It's a pretty simple carrying case.
It is, but I mean, I really want it. And also, that one My Life in Gaming channel.
Yeah.
When they showed them like docking their Switch in the video, they have this little like felt cover on the side of the Switch where you put the screen in on, and it's embroidered with the Switch logo. I don't know if they got it made custom, but I want one because I don't want to scratch my screen, even if I have a screen protector.
Yeah.
So
maybe that's something that they're doing.
I don't know, but I'm gonna look into it. If I see, and that's one reason why I wanted to get a Switch, because I've been seeing them around here lately. In our area, it kind of seems like anybody who kind of wants one has one.
Yeah.
And so they're a little bit more common to find. But here's the problem. They're still going pretty quick.
Yeah.
So how quick are they going to go when it comes to holiday time? You're probably going to have a hard time finding one.
Yep.
So my thought is, if I can get a Mario Odyssey version, I'll switch it out. If I can't, and the odds are against me, and I never find a Mario Odyssey one, I have my gray one.
Right.
And I'll just buy Mario Odyssey. I won't get a carry case. Maybe I'll get one later. Maybe I'll get a different one.
Well, I'm getting a Sheikah Slate one anyways.
Well, there's that. I would like to get that, but that's just too much money for me to buy. You have a lot of emails. Or is that text messages?
It's emails.
Jesus.
1,528.
You need to check your mail.
No, it's not that. It's all spam. All of it's spam. Every once in a while, it takes me like an hour to sift through it, or about an hour and a half. I'll go through and just delete, 50 at a time, 50 at a time, 50 at a time, and it's all just spam mail. I hate it.
Jeez.
And I put them all on the block list. Doesn't matter. Every URL is different. Every email address is different. Hate it.
So another game on that video, Final Fantasy 3 for the PSP. Now this is a port of the DS version. The DS remake of 3, the original 3 that we never got, has been ported to the PSP with enhanced resolution and enhanced music.
Right.
But it was download only for us. In Japan, they got a physical copy. If you put that UMD into our PSPs, that is set to English, it'll switch it to English and play the entire game. Now, I already have 3 for the DS. Why would I want it on the PSP?
Reasons.
Because I love the PSP.
It's a good system.
And I already have Final Fantasy 1, 2, 4, Tactics, Crisis Core, Dissidia Duodecim. I have Final Fantasies for that system. I have a lot. And how cool would it be?
You get the Tactics.
I said
line.
Tactics.
Yeah.
How cool would it be to have 1, 2, 3, and 4 all on the PSP?
That'd be pretty neat.
It's like $55 or $50 to import it. More than what I want to spend on it. Yes, I know.
Hold on. I might be able to help you with that. I have a friend going over there right now. Tomorrow. I will text him and ask him. He finds it. That face of, fuck.
You do that.
We'll see.
Anywho, we had a Nintendo Direct that we were going to talk about. I can't remember everything that was said. I know we saw stuff from the new Kirby game, which actually has a name now, not just Kirby.
Right.
We saw Mario Odyssey. Did we see the Xenoblade? They had
saw
a big
a lot of
Xenoblade. Holy crap, that game looks good.
It looks fantastic.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2. We saw third-party support with
yes.
Skyrim, Doom, and Wolfenstein 2.
And I've heard that there's some leaks out there for Fallout. Some people have leaked what it looks like. Guess what? It looks the same.
Well, and here's the thing.
And it's portable.
Okay, so in that one video I was talking about of I Am Setsuna, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were saying docked, the game runs at 1080p, 30 frames per second. And they're like, on the PS4, it's 1080, 60 frames. But it's an RPG. It's a turn-based RPG. Do you really need 60 frames?
You don't need 60.
And now here's the thing that I think Nintendo is still like not understanding why people are buying this thing. And that's because of the magic of the portability. Yeah, sure, people are playing in their homes. But the ability to take the game with you, that and go in your bed or go on a car ride or a bus ride or a train ride or a plane ride, that is what's selling this thing, because you're getting a console experience in your hands.
Yep.
Yes, it's at 720p. As long as you're at a solid frame rate, it's not going to run at 60. I'm okay with that, because if you're playing Breath of the Wild, if you're playing Doom, if you're playing,
Slapped your mic.
I talk with my hands a lot. If you're playing Wolfenstein, if you're playing WWE 2K18, if you're playing NBA 2K18,
Right.
if you're playing Mario Kart 8, if you're playing Mario Odyssey, if you're playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2, if you're playing Octotraveler,
Yes.
if you're playing all these great games
Octotravel wouldn't matter.
well, no, but I mean, it still looks it looks really cool. I like the just the different styles of visuals for that. If you have that kind of quality experience on the go with you, that's the people who are really buying this thing, in my opinion.
The guy that I saw had it, so he was there during shutdown. He who will not be named. He brought his Switch with him. So they did what they did, and we were talking, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm a big gamer," and da-da-da. And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, you got a Switch yet?" Nope. He pulls it out and says, "You want to play one?" I'm like, wow. All right. He goes, "Yeah, my job gets done pretty quickly, but I just have to sit here and wait and make sure nothing happens for X amount of time." So I got my Switch right here. And yeah, it was pretty neat. He actually said he brought it to his hotel.
Wait, so what did you play?
He had Breath. I didn't play it because
You wanted to, though.
I was on the phone.
And that's the thing, is that ever since we played Rob's, I've wanted one.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I really enjoy it. And I can't wait to get to play it some more. And you know what? When I am going to go find games that I want to buy when it comes time for me to buy some games, because I can't go crazy with this. We are splitting up the Christmas bonus between me, her, our kid, and then our nephew. That's it. I can't go super crazy and buy a crap load of games.
Right.
So if I don't get the Odyssey version, what do I get?
Well, I know 2 games that you must have.
I'm trying to talk myself out of buying Breath of the Wild because I already own it. I'm going to buy it later. And I was looking because they had copies of it at Disc Replay for $43.
It's never going to go down.
No,
Not drastically.
No. Over time, maybe. But she has already dictated that we must have the new Mario Kart 8.
Oh, yeah. That's
So
mandatory.
I'm going to try and get that to take out of her portion.
There you go.
No, because look, I want the I Am Setsuna game. I do want. I'm interested in playing LA Noire again. I like that game a lot. I do want to get Xenoblade.
Yeah.
I do want to get Mario Odyssey. Skyrim is a maybe for me. Just so I can have it on the go. I think it'd be a really cool game to have on the go.
I will have to have it, but Joanna won't play it. I'll have to have it so that we have every version, every possible release of it. Just so that.
But she won't play it at all?
She'll play it a little bit, like if we go somewhere, like on a trip, play the crap out of it. If we go on like a long road trip, which we plan on doing this year, then on a long road trip, she'll sit there and play the crap out of it. That'll be the only time. But we're talking about somebody that has invested more hours in that game than I probably slept in the past couple of years. Yeah,
I'm very excited to get my Switch, no matter which version it is. I'm very excited to get on board with that. The Nintendo Direct was very good. This was E3 level of Direct.
right.
It showed that third parties are coming in on this because people are buying it. The more the people buy it, the more the third parties are going to come in.
Another big company that was going third party.
Boo.
Say Bethesda, and then you
Square,
Square.
2K.
There was another
Capcom. Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 are coming.
Yep.
Of course, Revelations originally on the 3DS, and then they bumped it up to the other consoles. Revelations 2 came out for the consoles. Both of them are coming to the Switch. Really cool because it's almost kind of like a coming home thing. Like, hey, we were on the handheld, and now we're back.
To another handheld.
Of course, there's the rumor. They've kind of squashed it, but there's like, what about another Resident Evil? Maybe 7? And they're like, we don't know if it can do it. But trust me, if there's enough people, if they're going to see who buys Revelations, and they're going to see if enough people do it, and maybe they'll put time into it because what they got to do here for the Switch, since it's not as powerful as a PS4 or Xbox One, it's close.
Right.
They have to dumb it down a little bit. And if they have to make it 720p to play, down the resolution of it.
Well, for mobile, yeah.
Well, for mobile, but even if it's docked and it's only that, I think it'd be just fine. Because here's the thing. All these companies, the PS4 Pro, Xbox One X, they're going to the 4Ks.
Yeah.
Nintendo's like, we're not doing that. We're doing this. So in a sense, their goal is to try and get these top console quality games downsized a little bit to be playing on the Switch. I saw the console. I saw the side-by-side. It was PS4 Pro, Xbox One S, and the Switch version of the new NBA 2K game. And the Switch version was noticeably lacking.
Right.
But guess what? It is the game. And if you are a graphics whore and you want to have the greatest everything, the Switch is not for you. That's why you have your PS4 Pro and your Xbox One S. If you want to have console quality gaming on the go, you have the possibility to dock this thing and play it on your TV when you don't want to have your head down or that. But then you also have the availability to instantly walk over there, pick it up, and your game is there running.
Yep.
That's why it's there. So I think Nintendo is finding a niche market here for these people. And
well, when you really think niche, I mean, the way this is selling, this is not niche.
Well, what I'm saying is that like they're capitalizing on a niche market and making it less niche.
Here's the big thing. Here's the biggest thing that they've done. It is easy to make games for. It is easy for you to take Destiny. Let's say Destiny. It's a big game. But you can put this on that. It is.
You're gonna need a memory card like a son of a bitch.
You're gonna need a memory card. But the thing is like, I can walk over there and pull out any PS3 game, any PS4 game, unless it's like Horizon. It's, big, or Gran Turismo Sport when it comes out. I'm pretty sure that'll never run on there. But those are first-party games. All your third-party games are going to be available because they're not pushing 4K.
Well, they're pushing 4K, and what I mean by that is that they're up-res, but they also have to work on the original PS4 and Xbox One hardware. They have to, and you can easily take those versions of the games, dial them back down to 8, and they work on the Switch.
But something
or
like,
mostly. I mean, you hopefully you would be able to get them to work on the Switch.
Something on a competitive shooter. You'd need that's where your 60 frames per second. You're going to start to see the change, the lag.
Yeah.
Because it is a high intense game. Like this game, everywhere you go, there's just shit everywhere, all over the place, all the time. And there's parts where you're playing it and you're just being shot at from 30 different directions.
If Doom and Wolfenstein run well on it, we may see more of that.
Yes.
But I mean, you would hope that if they're going to put it on there, that it's going to run at least pretty good.
Well, here's the thing. Nintendo knows how to compress.
They do.
And they know how to make up for that lack thereof.
Well, so NBA 2K is going to require a 21 gigabyte install. So when I buy my Switch, I'm also buying a very, very large micro SD card to go along with it, because I'm not dealing with this shit if I'm going to be buying any sort of third-party game.
Here's one thing that I do like about the Switch. Oh, well, I'm going to play. You can have your games on there. Say you're one of those people like, there's sales all the time for a 32 gigabyte hard drive or SD card. You can just buy it, buy multiples. We're talking $10. I just bought one for $13. Okay, you can pop it out, pop in a new one. There's new games. It's kind of a pain to flip it back and forth.
Well,
you don't want to
they future-proofed the Switch enough where it supports micro SD cards for sizes not even available yet. So
yes,
it depends. I might have to wait until I get a little bit more dough, and then I might be able to put more down. It all depends on what I get on day one too. I might not even need one day one. So
right,
it all just depends.
Well, you're gonna have to download Mario Odyssey, so right there is taking up most of your card.
Well, the in-house storage on the Switch is 32 gigabytes, so I'm guessing that 27 of that is available. Mario Odyssey's is small as shit at 5, so it's not going to worry me none.
But if you get Breath of the Wild, is like, I don't know how big it is.
Well, I'm not going to download Breath of the Wild. No. And Breath of the Wild doesn't require space on there. Breath of the Wild is 13 gigabytes.
That's what I thought.
It's not that big at all. Hi, doggy. Yeah, we're still recording. Yeah, let's move this over here that way you don't chew it up.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah, how you doing, buddy?
Well, the rest of the stuff's on the ground over here.
Well, guess what, Dougie? We're going to talk about a little bit about the Sony TGS, which they announced the FF9. They also announced the release date of Monster Hunter World, which is January 28th, I think it is.
Something like that, yeah.
So that got a couple of big news items out of TGS. I think there was some other stuff, but again, it's been a few weeks, so I don't really remember all that was said. I do have a couple of news articles. From IGN that we can talk about.
Breaking news.
Sony doesn't plan to make a Switch competitor. We talked about the PS4 Go.
Yes.
And there is not going to be. The Vita experience was that outside of Japan and Asia, and there was not a huge demand, says Sony Interactive Entertainment President Andrew House. He sees the handheld market as limited in the age of the smartphone and has all but dismissed the successor to the Vita to compete with the Switch. Speaking with Bloomberg, he explained that we have not seen handheld gaming outside of Asia as a huge market opportunity. The Vita experience was that outside of Japan and Asia, there was not a huge demand. The lifestyle switched towards the dominance of smartphones as the the single key device that is always with you was the determining factor. The upshot is that House says there are no plans to take on the Switch which has boomed in its first year by combining handheld and home console play. In fact, House doesn't see Nintendo Switch as a handheld in a sense that the Vita was, or as a direct competition with Sony. The Nintendo device is a hybrid device that's a different approach and strategy. The folks at Nintendo have their strategy, and that's great. Bloomberg reports that House hasn't yet seen signs of Switch hurting PlayStation sales, and that its release may actually have done the opposite. Quote, that draws me to the conclusion that they've really been additive to the business in the last year or so.
Okay. Sure thing, guy.
Meanwhile, for August, Nintendo Switch was the best-selling console.
Right.
So I did see that the Switch has been the top console in four of the 6 months of its availability.
Yeah.
So it's been outselling the PS4 and Xbox hardware. Here are the top 10 selling games for August 2017. Are you ready for this? Madden NFL 18. Grand Theft Auto 5. Number 2.
It has yet to decline in its sales.
I know.
It is still going.
Think about this, though. If you are a person who's like, man, I kind of want to get a console. I haven't had a console in a long time. Maybe not since PlayStation, Xbox, like originals. Maybe not since, like, maybe you had a 360 way back when.
I wonder what the numbers are. I wonder if it's like almost every new PS4 purchase
Comes with it. Well, because if you're thinking about, and you don't know what games are good, but you remember Grand Theft Auto, you're like, oh, yeah, I remember playing San Andreas, or I remember playing Vice City. Or, I've actually heard 5 is pretty good. And so people who maybe not even, like, know, they might just pick it up.
Right.
Because they remember it. Uncharted The Lost Legacy, Splatoon 2, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Rainbow Six Siege, Mario Kart 8, Modern Warfare Remastered, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy,
That's good.
and Overwatch.
Yeah, I figure Overwatch will be there. It's booming.
I'm going to do a quick lookup of Grand Theft Auto 5 to see where sales are at right now.
And you want me to do PS4?
No, I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
It now has a rating of 6 out of 10 on Steam. I think that is people just down voting it just because. Because this game is a lot better than a 6. Of course, Wikipedia. Commercial performance. Maybe it's in that. I remember, it made almost $1 billion in its first day.
Yeah.
Almost 11. It says, within 24 hours of its release, GTA 5 sold approximately 11.21 million copies.
Wow. Wow.
Which numbers nearly doubled the analysts' expectations for the title for day one. For 6 weeks after its release, Rockstar had shipped nearly 29 million copies.
I totally took a shit on how well this game did. It's pretty much what it is. They were just like, oh my god.
Okay, so they spent over $300 million making this game.
Yeah.
And at that point, until Destiny was made, it was the highest money amount spent on making a game, and it made $800 million in one day.
Right. This has done really well. This is one of the better selling ones right now. It's a good game. I know it's not in the top 10 right now.
As of May 2017, this year, the game has shipped, so not sold, but shipped to stores, 80 million copies, over 80 million copies on all platforms, across all the platforms.
Wow.
Holy shit.
So did you do the most recent of this week's or this month's?
Those aren't up yet.
Those are not. What about? So that's last month.
Yeah, because I got that article just 2 weeks ago. So
okay, so we're gonna look up the
source that predicted L.A. Noire on the Switch makes a shock announcement.
Uh-oh. Live right here, people.
The upcoming release of L.A. Noire Remastered has raised hopes that GTA 5 could one day head to the Switch.
Oh.
So,
Oh.
basically, in a post on NeoGAF, thread about LA Noire, the user, his name is Vern, who he had correctly predicted the release of LA Noire on the Switch. One user in the thread wrote, "Why isn't this a port of GTA 5? No one wanted LA Noire." And he requoted Patience. Okay, so
if this comes out on the Switch, are you gonna buy it?
yes, if GTA 5, okay, the game was originally released in 2013, so it's a while ago now. In fact, it was almost actually saw it was in September, so it was almost exactly 4 years ago. And then it was released on the PS4 and Xbox One as an upres,
Right.
kind of a remaster. If they get that on a handheld, which you can do, technically you can do it.
Holy shit.
Because it ran on PS3 and 360, they can do it.
Now, I can almost guarantee that Nintendo is going to really limit the amount of like online experience you can get.
Maybe, probably, yes. They're gonna. So, it says here GTA 5 and GTA 5 Online have long been rumored for the Switch, with one of its one of the most requested games on the Switch.
It might happen if it gets so many people requesting it. There's a high possibility.
And see, Nintendo, as much as they're like still Nintendo making some stupid decisions, they realize the potential here.
Yeah.
There's going to be things that they don't want to see happen on GTA 5 on their console. I know them because they're super family oriented.
Which is good.
Yes, it's good because you're guaranteed to have a console where it's kid friendly.
Right.
And if you're a family, trust me, my kid's playing Super Mario first. I'm not starting him off with anything. He will be playing with an NES controller in his hand. He's going to play Mario. He already knows who Mario is. He knows who Princess Peach is. He knows who Yoshi is. He knows who Bowser. He knows that because of like the Happy Meal toys.
Right.
He already knows these characters. He's gonna play that game. I'm gonna make him. Well, because all I gotta say is, do you want to play games like Daddy? And he's gonna be like, yeah. That's all you need to do. He wants to be
put
like.
your little TV next to it and just
He
let him
wants to
play.
watch wrestling with me now. He asks for it.
Really?
He says, wrestling,
Wrestling?
more wrestling. And then I've taught him how to say Macho Man Randy Savage. But he can't say Macho Man. He says Washer Man.
Washer Man Randy Savage.
Washo Man? Washo Man? Yeah, we're going to watch Macho Man. Because we've been watching a lot of... this is the beauty of the WWE Network, if you have it. You can go to any timeline and just, like, you go from events from that, just start watching. So I've been watching a lot of 92 WWF. So a lot of Macho Man versus Ric Flair during that era.
Yes.
So I've been watching a lot of Macho Man and Ric Flair matches. So he's getting into Macho Man, and I'm making him watch Macho Man. And he's a very colorful character, so he grabs kind of Wyatt's attention, So and I've been doing Macho Man's voice to him. Well, you see here, Wyatt. This is what we're gonna do here. We're gonna watch some wrestling. Yes, we are. Oh yeah. And he's like, Macho Man. I'm Macho Man Randy Savage, and I'm having a blast with this kid. It's like
That's what they're supposed to be.
And I'm having such a blast, and it's funny because he'll ask for it, and Caitlin will be like, "We're not watching wrestling right now. Maybe you can watch it later with Daddy." And then he just says, "Wrestling, wrestling, wrestling," and she's like, "Damn you, Brandon." Anyway, I have more articles. We totally got derailed.
Yes, we did.
Okay, so I don't have much to say here. The Last of Us co-director, the guy, because it was Bruce, and then I hope they have the other guy's name, because he's the guy who's directing. Neil Druckmann. Bruce and Neil, they did The Last of Us, and then they also did Uncharted 4: Thief's End,
Right.
which is, by the way, awesome. And so Bruce has left Naughty Dog. And
Naughty Dog?
Naughty Dog.
Okay.
He has left Naughty Dog. And he originally worked on Crash Team Racing, I guess, from Crash Team Racing to The Last of Us. And,
Huh.
So
Sad scene.
he also He also worked on like the Jack and Daxter series and whatnot. So it's very sad, I guess, to see him leaving. He has a lot of great games under his belt.
Question is, what is he doing? Is he going off on his own?
I don't know. It didn't say. I don't know if it said. It just kind of said. I don't know. I think he did like a. He said like a thanks. You know, he says. Let's see what it says. He thanked his creative partners in the studio as in his farewell, including Druckmann and Amy Hennig, who she left Naughty Dog during the making of Uncharted 4, because her version of 4 got scrapped for their version. As well as the company's founders, Andy Gavin and Jason Rubin, and former co-president Christophe Balestra, who also left Naughty Dog earlier this year. Man, a lot of people leaving. And a sincere thanks to the fans, knowing I was part of creating something that touched or moved any of you made this whole thing worthwhile, and I now I too get to anticipate the next Naughty Dog masterpiece.
What are you doing, Dog Meat?
Naughty Dog's most recent release was the Uncharted Lost Legacy spin-off expansion. Of course, then the next one is The Last of Us Part 2, which they released a new piece of artwork for.
Yes.
Very excited about that.
Yes.
So, PS Plus versus Xbox Live. We try to do this every month, so if you have a subscription to one or both of these, you know to go download your free games because you're already paying them money. Why not get your rewards, man? Why not go and get some free stuff? Even if you never play it, you might just try it out because sometimes you get some really cool hidden gems out of these indie titles.
Yes.
And you never know what might be, just like Don't Starve. Whoever, just by looking at that game, just like looking at the cover of that game, do you think that game would have been something that you and her played like so many times now?
I don't know.
But I mean, like, that game has gone to become something in this household.
The reason why we bought it because it resembled Tim Burton.
Yeah, a little bit.
So she was like, "Oh, this looks cool." And it's like, okay, well, we're gonna get it for free anyways.
But do you think? Did you think they would go on to have as much of a lifespan in this house with the two of you? Like just like from your first get-go, because that game went on to be something that you two actually shared time together and played.
We still share a lot of time with it because every so often we do the together.
That's awesome. Now, here is October's free Xbox games. Games with gold lineup. For Xbox One, you have Gone Home Console Edition. Gone Home is a game that I played for $6 on a Steam sale. It is a good game, short. It is more of an atmosphere game. You are wandering around this house. It's very creepy. It's creaky. There's a storm going on at night, and you're finding pieces of the left out. Like no one's home, and you're just coming home from being abroad. You were in college. You went on a European trip. Your kid sister, she's in high school. She's missing.
Piggy.
The piggy. So you're kind of going around trying to unravel the mystery about what happened to her. And it's a good game.
$10 says he brings it up here.
Xbox One, the Turing Test. I have no idea what that is. Xbox One and 360. Of course, it's 360 backwards compatible. Rayman 3 HD.
Huh.
And then lastly, that is available from October 1st to the 15th. And then the second Xbox 360 game that you can play from available from the 16th to the 31st of October is Medal of Honor Airborne. PlayStation.
He totally crushes it.
Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
Wow.
Free on PS4.
Wow.
The Phantom Pain.
I'll be downloading that in about 15 minutes.
That is a big... Actually, you won't be because it's not October yet.
Okay.
Next week. Next Tuesday. Because they drop on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's right.
Holy crap. Because... Also, yeah, I'll see the other ones in a minute.
The rest of it just don't matter.
Well, no, that one's a good one right there too, especially for for horror games. But the Phantom Pain came out in 2015. I'm forever gonna have very vivid memories of playing through that game. I loved playing the game. The game did disappoint me with where it went with the story in regards to the rest of it. It was obvious that Kojima never got to finish the game. It was obvious that they just wanted them out, and they put out what they had done, and they wrapped it up, and it wasn't in a pretty bow. It was almost like you know how you get a present and it's just haphazardly wrapped in tinfoil?
Yeah.
It's kind of what this is. IGN gave Phantom Pain a 10. I did not know that. I forgot all about that. I don't think it deserves a 10. It deserves a 10 in graphics. It definitely deserves a 10 in gameplay. That game is the best stealth Metal Gear game you'll ever freaking play, bar none. It is awesome. I enjoyed playing the game. Its lasting effect with me as far as a Metal Gear game doesn't hold up. It might be the worst one of the series as far as that goes.
You'll never have a 4 again, though.
A 4, actually, for me, I'll never have a Snake Eater again. 4, okay. So here's my from worst to best as far as story in Metal Gear. Because that's what it's all about. It's just about the story.
Right.
Gameplay, I'm not judging gameplay here. Because if it's gameplay, this is best.
Right.
Worst, Phantom Pain. Metal Gear Solid 2. Peace Walker. Judge me if you want to. I liked Peace Walker, but I didn't like it as much as the other 3 of the last 3. I'm not putting Portable Ops on here.
No, because it's not a...
It's not canon. It is, but it isn't. I'm just doing Peace. I'm not doing Portable Ops. I enjoyed it, but not as much. 4 is number 3 for me. Some people hate 4. I like it. It's a movie. That is a game.
Yeah.
I accept it. By itself, if you've never played another Metal Gear and you play this game, you're probably not going to like it. If you have played Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, and then this, you'll love it. You'll absolutely love the game. Number 2, Metal Gear Solid, the original, and then Snake Eater. Snake Eater is the best game in the series as far as story goes. Can't beat it.
Okay. All right.
But download, by all means, download this because I want people to experience it because Phantom Pain is an experience. It's very visual. It's very moving. I'll never forget. I'm getting back on this again. Yeah. So the game starts with you waking up from a coma. You've been out for 7 years. And was this it comes out with like the blurred vision. And so imagine that in VR. You know, you're just coming out of a coma and it's very hazy and it just starts going. It starts playing David Bowie, The Man Who Sold the World. And it plays through almost the whole song. And then when you finally wake up, you're in the room and that song's playing on the radio. That's such a cool touch.
Yeah.
That is such a cool touch. Anyway, the other games for PS4 and the Amnesia Collection. Again, awesome that those games that is free, especially for October, Horror Month.
Right.
For PS3, Monster Jam Battlegrounds and Hustle Kings. And Vita, you have Hue and Skyforce Anniversary. That is a seems to be a cross buy for Vita, PS4, and PS3.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Also, I want to say that there is a VR game that is free from started in sometime in September, and then it goes until like November, something like that. So
I don't know. The VR.
Yeah, I don't either. So, I know this is not gaming related. Did you see the trailer for the Punisher? On Netflix?
Oh, yes. And you know what I did instantly? Joanna looked at me and she goes, "Oh my God, is this happening? Oh my God, is it on right now?" And she pulled it up and we're like, "Oh."
It has one. Oh my God.
That's amazing.
I mean, I like the Daredevil series. I really like it a lot.
It's great.
I like season 2. I thought it was even better.
So, to continue Daredevil, you have to watch The Defenders.
I know.
And I've started The Defenders. And I'm watching, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's that. We might as well just start back with that. But they're really focusing on the other characters right now. And he's just kind of there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I know what you do. I know who you all are.
Yeah, I haven't watched. I don't really have a huge desire to watch the other characters. I'm not that into them, to be honest with you. And so it's very difficult because it's like my time is very precious.
Yeah.
With a toddler, with work, with doing podcasts.
Yeah.
I have a whole game room that isn't utilized. I don't spend a whole lot of time back there. Here lately, I have been able to game. I actually gamed a little bit the other day. I sat there and got like 2 hours of gaming in, and I played some Final Fantasy 9, and it was just so sweet.
Yes.
I liked it so much. But I will be taking a break to watch Stranger Things season 2. Really liked Stranger Things. I thought it was good.
It is a good show.
And then definitely for The Punisher. I'm watching that.
You
thing.
have
Oh
to.
my god, I'm watching
When
that
does
series.
drop?
We don't know. It's
Oh,
soon.
that's right, because it just says coming this fall, and then it has the numbers are all joeled up. Yeah, because we were looking at it, and I was like, maybe it's in there. I bet it's hidden in there. And me and her watched like 5 or 6 times. We're like, no, there's nothing. It's nothing. Why is there nothing?
Yeah. I'm very excited for that show. I've been wanting to go through and watch some other shows, but again, it's the whole time thing.
Here's a question. Do you think with the Punisher that they're going to do it like they do the Daredevil? Where they do that one continuous shot of him just fucking...
I hope so, dude, because that's what sold me in on the first Daredevil series. Like, I liked what I was seeing so far, and then that was episode
4.
No, it was 2.
Was it 2?
I think it was episode 2 that had that first long hallway, and then and then in season 2, they did it again. They had the hallway, they added the stairway, and all that. I just thought that's such a cool. I really like the fights.
Can you imagine shooting that one shot? That's like 7-8 minutes.
I know, dude, and it's gotta. They mess up, and they gotta start over.
He's exhausted.
Oh, yeah. But it's so worth it because of the final product. It looks so cool.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest praises of that is that continuous shot of fighting. And then when they did it with the Punisher, but they didn't really do it, continuous shot.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you're right.
Because you can't really, because you got to animate the blood in,
But his jail cell fight, that was
it was epic.
That was brutal.
It was epic.
I like how we're just gushing about that for a second. We almost went into Journey to Comics there for a second.
Almost.
But yeah, dude, I think it's gonna do us for this week. I'm so glad to come back and get back.
I'm glad that you're coming back on a good note.
I am too, dude. I really am too. And I'll be honest with you, it's like I canceled the podcast last time.
Yep.
We were just gonna move the day, and I felt like complete crap.
And we were at Disc Replay.
We had agreed to just go ahead and meet up. I'm like, I cannot talk for an hour and a half, but I can window shop and maybe buy a game. And then
that turned into not.
And that turned into me saying, dude, I got a family emergency. I got to go. I'm sorry. And literally we went, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that things are kind of coming. Things are kind of like leveling out, and things are better. Things are better, and as far as that front. And the thing is that I ended up canceling that week. I canceled all my podcasts. 100%. I'm like, I cannot do this right now. Especially when you have an emergency situation, when it's uncertainty.
Yeah.
When it's uncertainty and it's like, I don't feel right sitting down right now and talking about video games.
Yeah.
I just don't. And it was like, and the thing is that when it started coming to when it started to get better, but wasn't completely better yet, it was starting to ease off my mind.
Right.
Okay. Things are going to get better now. And then I started seeing news. I started seeing stuff. I'm like, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this. I'm like, not yet.
Not yet.
But then, that's why we did the last week's episode the way we did it. And I hope people enjoy that one. And I hope you guys enjoyed this one here this week, too. We had a lot of cool stuff to talk about, a lot of stuff to catch up on.
Yes.
So if that's going to do it for us today, I think it's time to go.
Maybe the next episode, when I get my Pit-Boy working, I'm probably going to wear it the whole time.
The whole time? Well, hopefully. And I hope you can figure that out and get your phone working.
I got the app.
Yeah.
There's an app for that.
There is an app. Do you remember that? That's stupid.
Yeah.
There's an app for that.
There's an app for that.
But thank you guys so much for joining us this episode of the Game Addicts Podcast, episode 49. If you're listening to us on podcast services, please thank you for listening there. Leave us a review on iTunes if you do, if that's your service of choice. It really helps us out over there to help us grow on that platform. If you're following us on Podbean, hello, thank you very much. We have a lot of new followers over there. We've been integrating with some other podcasters online, and I want to thank everybody who's checked us out over there as well. We're on Stitcher Radio if that is your choice. We also are on Google Play Music if you don't want to mess with those other apps. You can download us right there. And of course, if you want to get the podcast early, you can check out the Journey to Comics Network Patreon. Throw us $1 All you got to do is throw us $1 to help support, and you get the show up to a week early.
Yes.
Like literally tonight, I'm going to go home, edit the audio. It's going right up. You can get it tonight.
Yeah.
And we record on Thursdays. The episode drops on the following Thursday. And you can get an entire week early. And what I might actually start doing is start doing that with the whole video as well. And I'm going to chop the video segments up a little bit. And so like on YouTube, you'll get like this segment and this segment and this segment, and then the whole episode.
Right.
And then if you also, for no extra charge, you'll get both the audio or video version and complete early. I thought about doing that. Just as a little bit of incentive to help drive some YouTube views, because I know not everybody wants to sit through an entire hour-and-a-half podcast on video.
We understand this.
And so I thought about
You're
doing
not the
that.
most interesting people.
Well, no, but I just thought, if people want to hear our pickups, if people want to hear what we think about some news segments, to chop that up into a 5 or 10 minute clip, that's not really that much extra work on me. It's actually more stressful on Caitlin, on my wife, because that means she can't use the computer even longer. So she's like against this idea.
I was going to hold it up. And you can see our cool toys.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits of doing YouTube. Of course, we don't have really a good lighting situation for this video. Hopefully, by the next video or the one after that, we'll get a replacement fuse. I hope that's the problem. If not, we have to buy a whole new lighting rig, which it won't be too expensive, but it's just inconvenient.
Yes.
But it's not like we have the most elaborate setup anyway.
No.
We're not the richest podcast. We don't make
No.
any money.
No.
We have a few Patreon subscribers over there, but that is shared through the entire network. And hopefully one day we can get enough to just cover the server fee, the hosting fee for us. You can check us out over at GameAddictsPodcast.com over on the website. You can check out all of our episodes. You can check us out on our social media at Game Addicts Play on Twitter. I think it's the same thing on Instagram. Game Addicts Podcast on the Facebook. And
The Facebook.
we're over there, and we you'll see the posts for the episodes. Every once in a while, I try to post links. I forget a lot of times, but on Instagram, I always try to put a picture up of stuff we're talking about. So you can go check us out over there as well. And I think if that is it, I don't know if I'm forgetting anything. I don't think I am. I think I got it all. So with that being said, thank you guys.
Yes.
And for welcoming us back into your weekly schedule. We will see you next week. Until then, I am Brando.
And I am Mike.
And we'll see you then.